My name's Casey. Today I thought I'd give you an insight into what life is like as a recent graphic design and illustration graduate. So I graduated in November 2019, so nearly a year ago now. And I now work as a freelance illustrator and designer alongside another job. So what I do as a freelancer is I have my own Etsy store, so I sell greetings cards, art prints and printed sketchbooks and notebooks as well. And then I also do commission design work such as logo designs, branding designs, and also the odd illustration commission as well. So I thought I'd bring you guys along today to see what it's like for a day in the life of a freelance graphic design and illustrator. I've got a few different things to be doing today, so each day does vary from day to day. I did just release my 2020 Christmas card designs over the weekend, so I'm packing up orders for that today, updating their listings as well, and also I think I might be making a trip to the post office. So yeah, it's a pretty busy day today. But to start the day off, I'm going to hop over onto my laptop and check out my emails, as I often will have emails overnight or maybe later on in the day yesterday that I didn't quite get to, so we'll go check those now. Here I am going through my emails on my computer. I use Gmail for all of my business emails. This is just a personal preference of mine. I like Gmail because I find it easy to use. It's just a nice simple layout, and I can link up to my phone as well, which is quite handy for when I'm out and about. They also have a labels function, which is quite helpful for sorting out my different emails. So I sort them into different folders for things like my Etsy store, any commission work I've done, and also to keep track from orders I've made from suppliers. So when I'm printing art prints or maybe ordering some envelopes, some packing tape, I can just keep it all in one folder so I know where my invoices are. It just helps me keep track of things. So as I mentioned before, I have recently had a delivery from my Christmas cards for this year. A good thing to do when you do get a delivery of new stock is to just go straight in and do a stock check, make sure that you received the right amount of prints or cards or whatever it is that you've ordered, and also make sure that you are aware of your previous stock, so any pre-existing stock from last year or from another order, things like that. So that's what I'm going to take you through now. As you can see, I'm now sat on the floor. It's just easier than getting everything out of these drawers and putting them on my desk. I just sit on the floor and do it. So yeah, I'm just gonna get straight into it. A good habit to get into is to obviously don't just count how much stock you've got. Make a note of it as well, and I'm also going to date this so that I know on today's day I had X amount of whatever. Make sure to write it down, otherwise it's very easy to forget. So now that I've done my stock take, I'm going to just hop onto Etsy and update all of my listings on there. So update how many of each items I have, if any have sold and I've just forgot to mark it down, and just making sure all the correct information is there basically. This is one of those tasks that's a bit of a faff. It's not exactly the most exciting thing in the world, but it's important to do it because you don't want to one day sell something on your store and then you go to package up the order and post it out to the customer and you realise that you don't actually have the product. So it's very important to keep on top of your stock and to make sure that you've got everything that you want in stock, and it's good to have an idea on what's popular and what's not. So when I went through the stock take today, I did notice that certain art prints I had much more than another, and that was just because of the popularity. It's just good to have a bit of an insight to things like that. So I thought I would show you what my storage situation is. So I've got these drawers here, and in this drawer, as you can see, it's all my packaging basically. So I've got business cards, bubble wrap. Try not to use that as much as possible, but obviously if I'm sending something fragile then I do need to use it. I've got my tape. This eBay tape here is some of the strongest tape I've ever used, so I always use that for all my parcels. Some cardboard boxes, my, I don't know what you call this, like bands to go onto my notebooks, so they just wrap around like that. It looks a bit more professional. I've got my postage stickers there, got all my different envelopes, and then I've got stock as well, so I've got some of the art prints there that you saw earlier, sketchbooks, and then the envelopes for all the greetings cards, and then I've got some twine to tie it all together as well. One good thing about all of my packaging for my Christmas cards is it's completely plastic free. So as you can see, I've used the twine here. This is completely biodegradable. Just chuck it in compost and let nature run its course basically. I print onto recycled paper, so you can't really see on this one, but there tends to be little specks in here and stuff. That's just because it is recycled paper, and it's also recyclable. Again, trying to minimise waste, and so is the envelope as well. And it hasn't arrived yet, but I do usually wrap it in recycled tissue paper as well, which again is another environmentally friendly packaging option. And then it also goes in these postage letters, which again are recyclable, as you can see by the little stamp there. Now the next part of my day, I am going to be packing up orders that I sold either late yesterday afternoon or overnight. So I've only got a handful of orders to do today, but I like to take my time with them and really make sure that they look nice and presentable, because when the customer opens it up, this is what they're going to see. So as I mentioned before, I do like to use recycled and recyclable materials. So you can see here, I'm cutting out plastic packaging and trying to use the most eco-friendly packaging I can get my hands on, basically. So I really like using the little bit of twine to wrap up my cards and stuff. I just think it gives the customer that extra little thing to unwrap. It's a nice touch to the presentation instead of just having the cards be loose, just rattle around in the packaging. And it again is just a good alternative to using plastic. Since I like to print off all the postage labels myself and post them in the letterbox, or maybe just drop them off in the post office, but you know, minimise the amount of time and queuing I have to do in there, it means I do have to weigh my parcels and letters before I send them. This is just because I post with Royal Mail, and the weight of the parcel does determine the price of the postage. So a really handy thing that I bought was some kitchen scales, and an electric one, as you can see here, so that it gives me a more accurate measurement. But it just makes me aware of how heavy the item I'm posting is, and it's just another little thing that saves me from going into the post office and doing it all there. So here I am weighing the parcels and just making a note in the corner of the packaging, it doesn't really matter, just so I remember how much each of them weigh right before I go on to buy the stamps. Here I am hopping onto my laptop once again to purchase my posting. So this is again a really quick and easy thing to do, it only takes a few minutes. I'm quite used to the Royal Mail website by now, so it's quite easy to navigate. I just select exactly what I need, how heavy my parcel is, how big it is, so you can see that I grabbed the ruler just to double check my measurements, and then select it, pay for it, and then print it. Send it over to my printer and it's ready to go. I have my parcels all here. They're all wrapped up and ready to go. I printed out all the postage labels myself, so I bought them online, sent them over to my printer, printed them out, and I've taped them on. This just saves me going into the post office where it can be busy, and then I'll have to go into the city centre, and it just avoids all that. I can do it myself. And then this one here, we'll walk and do that in a minute. Because this one is a bit bigger, I do have to go into the post office to post this one. But because it's all prepaid for and I've done the postage myself, I just drop it off at the counter. It's all still contact free, and it's a lot quicker as well. It takes less time when I go in there. I don't have to join the queue necessarily. I just drop it off and then leave. So yeah, let's head on out to the post box now and we'll go post this one. Just before it gets dark outside, I'm putting on my coat, grabbing my shoes, and I'm going to head out to post my orders. thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to give this video a like and definitely comment down below if you'd like to see more videos like this on what it's like to be a graphic design and illustration graduate, or if you'd like to know more about sort of like the Etsy seller and business side of things. Also let me know down below and I might be able to make more in the future. Don't forget to follow us over on Instagram at University Insiders, and also you can chat to us on the Access platform on the Aim High West Midlands website. Bye!